job opportunities, good food, theater, and easy access to world-renowned museums, but it comes at a price. In the world's biggest and best cities, rent tends to be high, restaurants can charge top dollar, and a $20 cocktail is the norm. The 10 most expensive cities. 10. Osaka, Japan. Osaka still holds the reputation of being one of the world's most expensive places to live in, albeit at 10th place. The Kansai city has dropped 5 places since last year, when Osaka was labeled as the world's 5th most expensive city. You might assume Tokyo would top Osaka when it comes to cost of living, but according to the numbers, this Japanese city, which has a cost of living rating of 94, is a bit pricier than the country's capital. The cost of many goods and services may be sky-high in Osaka, but budget-conscious individuals can still nosh on the city's iconic and fairly affordable street food. 9. Los Angeles, USA. Los Angeles, California's cost of living is 43% higher than the national average. The biggest factor that makes living in LA so expensive is the high housing cost. With a median purchase price of $650,000, home ownership is out of reach for many Angelenos. The cost of living may be high in this sprawling Southern California city, but for many beach lovers and aspiring actors, there's no better place to be. Los Angeles came in at number 9, with a score of 96, just 4 points below New York City. 8. Copenhagen, Denmark. Copenhagen in Denmark is the most expensive city in the European Union, according to Mercer's 2021 Cost of Living City Ranking. Living costs in Copenhagen can be estimated to be about $1,200 per month for each person. And that's the bare necessities. This northern, waterbound city was given a score of 97 on the 2021 Cost of Living report. And while the cost of food and housing may be high in Copenhagen, the city is filled with citizens who are more apt to hop on their bike than jump in their car, which you would assume would make petrol and transport prices slightly more doable. 7. Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva is the second Swiss city to land a place on this top 10 list. The pricey metro, with a 2021 cost of living rating of 99, sits near the French-Swiss border on the sprawling Lake Geneva. In addition to being the headquarters for Europe's United Nations and the Red Cross, the city is a banking hub. The cost of living for expatriates in Geneva as at April 2022 is very high in comparison to other places in the world. A 2-bedroom apartment in Geneva will cost between CHF 2,300 and 3,500 per month. Renting a house costs twice as much as an apartment. 6. New York City, USA. New York City is generally considered the most expensive place to live in America. The Numbeo Cost of Living Index uses New York City's prices as the benchmark for their cost of living calculations, scoring it as 100 out of 100 and expressing other cities' prices as a percentage relative to what you would pay in New York City. Acting as the benchmark for the survey, New York City was given an index score of 100 and a number 6 ranking. The city has long held a spot on the list, due to the high price of everything from groceries to gas. 5. Hong Kong. Although Hong Kong is considered a Chinese special administrative region, the city was still evaluated alongside the world's biggest and most expensive metros. In addition to other factors, Hong Kong had the world's most expensive gas prices in 2021, with an average cost of $2.50 per litre. The result was a 2021 cost of living rating of 101. It has approximately 7 million people inhabiting the area. The cost of living in Hong Kong is one of the most expensive compared to other places in Asia. 4. Zurich, Switzerland. It's not shocking that the world's center for banking and finance is also one of the world's most expensive cities. With a mountain-bound location on Lake Zurich, the city is as expensive as it is beautiful, resulting in a cost of living rating of 103. A single-person estimated monthly costs are $1,664 without rent. Zurich is 26.47% more expensive than New York. Rent in Zurich is, on average, 38.23% lower than in New York. The cost of living in Zurich is high, even by the standards of an expensive country. 3. Singapore. Singapore has long been heralded for its impeccably clean streets and buildings, but it turns out that living in what is likely the world's most immaculate city comes at a price. The metro tied with Paris with a score of 104, making it easily the most expensive city in Southeast Asia. One of the main factors for the rising cost of living in Singapore can be attributed to Singapore's lack of land and natural resources. This has led to Singapore's dependency on other countries for supplying natural resources. 2. Paris, France. The cost of living in Paris is undeniably high, but the quality of life in this magical city more than makes up for it. In addition to being home to the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and the sparkling Champs-Élysées, France's iconic capital is also the world's second most expensive city, with a cost of living rating of 104, although Paris did drop from number 1 to number 2 in 2021. It's partly driven by high real estate prices that feed through to retail prices. 1. Tel Aviv, Israel. This sun-soaked city on Israel's Mediterranean coast topped the year ranking for the first time, climbing from its spot at number 5 in 2020. The city received a cost of living score of 106, due in large part to the strength of the Israeli shekel against the US dollar. It also saw a noticeable increase in grocery and transport prices in 2021. You should plan to spend around $417 per day on your vacation in Tel Aviv, which is the average daily price based on the expenses of other visitors. Past travelers have spent, on average, $83 on meals for one day and $26 on local transportation. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and be part of the Top 10 family.